Hey there guys, what's going on? I wanted to bring you this video today about how to really become successful in life. And the best way to do this is by using a growth mindset to truly be successful. And you might be asking, what is growth mindset? What does that mean? We'll get into all of that in the videos, and I've got a quick little surprise for you at the end of the video. So let's get started here. So the first step is going to be to go ahead and make a decision as to what you want to do. You know, when you're figuring out your goals, you've got to decide where you want to go. If you want to hit that goal, you need to know what it is and know how to attain it in order to achieve it. The next thing you want to do is draw a line in the sand and do it today. Decide what you're going to do and what you're not going to do, and cut off those other things that you're not going to do. Figure out one method that you want to implement, one direction you want to head for success. Draw a line in the sand and only focus on that for a little while. So into the next one here, commit at least 90 days. So when you've drawn that line in the sand, make a commitment for 90 days that you're going to focus on that one avenue and exclude everything else. And you might say, why 90 days? Well, there's a lot of studies that have been done. A lot of people have different opinions on how long. But from what I've seen and people I've seen around me, is that after 90 days, you really, really reinforce a habit. They say it takes 28 days to enforce a habit, but it can be easy to miss a day or two here and there. But after 90 days, you really got that habit nailed in, and you've really started to make a lot of progress in the learning curve. You've learned a lot of things. You've taken a lot of action. You've got things done. You've got things complete. It gives you enough time to really see some results. And I just say 90 days is really what you want to do. A 90-day blitz is perfect. So, and the last thing in step one is to ignore the results and just keep taking action. Now, if you're doing something and it's just completely flopping, you might want to make a tweak to it, but don't change your method. I see this all the time, and I've been guilty of it as well. You try, for a while I was writing blog posts every day, and just kept taking action, and it's like, well, it's not working, but I just kept pushing through. And after I hit a certain point, all of a sudden, all of those blog posts started getting found. People were reading it. People were starting to request more information and wanting to join with my team. So just take those consistent action, focus on your actions and not necessarily the outcomes until after 90 days. Once you're at that 90-day mark, you'll really see whether it's working or not. So step two is going to be to change your environment. And the first thing that you want to do with this is to tell those that you care about what you're doing. What is your decision that you made? What is the direction that you're headed? If you're married, you've got kids, maybe you've got just a significant other or a girlfriend, boyfriend, tell them what your plan is and say, hey, over the next 90 days, I really need your support. I may not be as available as I have been. I might not have as much free time, but after this 90 days, what I'm doing is for us. And so just passing that message along to them, letting them know that you want their support. If you let them know in advance, they're a lot more likely to support you than just when you say, oh, I can't hang out because I'm busy. I can't hang out, I'm busy. If you give them that heads up and say, hey, this is only for 90 days. After that, things should be different and we can make some tweaks then. But for 90 days, I need to put my nose down to the grindstone. Next thing is going to be to declutter. And this is both in your world around you, in your work environment, but also in your mind and your thoughts, the things that you're thinking about and focusing on every day. You need to, again, just remove those things that you're not doing from your mind and focus, get, tunnel vision towards your goal. Focus on that goal and get there. If your desk is a mess, if your workspace is a mess, take out a box, take everything in there, just wipe it off your desk and shove it in the box. Obviously, it's not super important that you have it at hand because more than likely you can't find anything anyways, but that way you've got it in a box, so if you need it you can always grab it again, and then when you have some free time, maybe after the 90 days, you can sort through the box, decide what you want to keep and what you want to toss. The next thing is going to be people. And these are the people that you're around every day. Some people we cannot avoid. Maybe they're coworkers, maybe it's extended family or whatever it is. But just make sure the people you're around, you're spending most of your time with, are supportive of you. If you have those negative people, do what you can to limit the amount of time that you're spending with them. Even if it's a good friend you don't want to cut out of your life, but just maybe limit the amount of time that you're spending with them for this 90 days. And just say, hey, I'm really working on something right now, but I'll be done on this date and we can go do something fun then, But just as much as you can limit the negativity in your life and keep people that are supportive around you, the better your results are going to be. Step 3 is to get your mind clear. Said this multiple times. You want to eliminate all those distractions and all the things that could prevent you from reaching your goal. And this one, people have different thoughts about reading. I'm sure most of us have heard the quote, readers are leaders, and very corny line, but it is very true. The average American, let me see if I can remember this right, reads, I think it's about 1 or 2 books a year, as compared to the average person that's in the top 3% income earners, usually reads between 50 and 60 books a year. So if that kind of gives you an idea of why some people are average versus why some people are extraordinarily successful, reading has a huge impact on this. So reading books every day, books that are empowering you, books that are growing your knowledge, maybe of your industry or of motivational type of books or training books, whatever it is, but read these books every day, even if it's only for 15 minutes, because it will have an impact on your mindset and how you think. Likewise, listening to empowering audios can make a huge difference for you as well. Most everybody's heard of Tony Robbins and some of these big motivational speakers. Some people think it's cheesy, some people love it, but there's no denying it that keeping that type of stuff going into your brain, feeding good stuff into your brain, is going to provide good stuff out. So find someone that you like, find someone that you connect with and you really like their message. There's another guy, Jim Rohn, he's one of my personal favorites. There's a woman named Danny Johnson. There's Les Brown. I mean, the list is endless of these people, but find someone that you really like, that you connect with their message, and you really kind of feel that chemistry, I guess, when you listen to them. But make sure you're listening to it every day. The cool thing about this one is it's really easy to incorporate into your current schedule. So while you're getting ready for the day, while you're driving to or from work, when you're running errands, just pop in some earbuds and listen to it. As much as you can soak your mind up with these types of things, the better results you're going to have. So I encourage much more than 60 minutes a day, but I would say at the minimum, you want to do a 30 to 60 minutes. And this one's really difficult for people. You want to turn off the TV and the news. Again, the average American watches about 4 hours of TV a day. Now, you maybe more or less than this, but either way, this is a lot of time you're investing in something that you're not going to get much back out of. So not to say you can't watch any shows, but just limit it. You've got your favorite shows, just watch those. Don't sit and watch reruns all night just because it's on. Try and eliminate as much TV time as possible, because that's just going to make the learning curve and the amount of time it takes you to reach the level of success that you desire that much shorter. The other thing is news. This is a huge one and will make a dramatic difference in your life. I used to love watching the news, and I decided to cut it out one day, and I was just amazed at how it changed my attitude. I didn't have all that negativity going into my mind every single day. And eventually I slipped back into the habit of watching the news, and I didn't realize it at first, but after a few weeks I started to notice that I was just so upset and angry, and I couldn't think as clear, and I just couldn't figure out what it was. And then finally it clicked with me that I had started watching the news again. Politicians are going to screw up every day. There's going to be some big affair. There's going to be some big scandal. The Republicans are going to screw up this. The Democrats are going to screw up that. No matter what side you're on, it doesn't make a difference, okay? Today, the president is Obama. A lot of Republicans don't like him, and they don't like what he's doing. So they spend every day being pissed off at him, and it does nothing to him. It's not changing the government. It's not changing what he's doing. It's only affecting that person. Watching the news does this to you, because no matter who you are, you have some sort of opinion about politics, and there's nothing you're going to do to change it. So for 90 days, I cannot recommend enough. Just completely cut out the news. Don't listen to it in the car. Don't watch it on TV. Don't check it on your phone. If something big happens, there's a big event like 9/11, you're going to hear about it from coworkers. You're going to hear about it from people around you. So just cut out the news And after 90 days, reevaluate. You can decide. If you feel like you're missing out on something, go back to it. Start watching the news again. But make sure you're monitoring, just like I did, your results and what's happening in your life. So, yeah, we'll go on to the next one. So step 4 is to find a mentor. And you want to find somebody that's already where you want to go. So if you want to make a lot of money in a certain type of business, find somebody that's done that and follow them. Listen to what they have to say and learn from them. Whatever it is, find these mentors in that area. And as far as the number of mentors, if you have one, that's awesome. You might have up to 5 because you might have some in different areas. You might have one person for business, one person for marketing, maybe one person for religion, one person for mindset. You might have a few different mentors, but make sure that they're already where you want to go. And if you can meet this person face to face or talk to them over the phone or the internet, that's ideal. But a lot of times, these people that are very successful will either charge you for their time, or they just won't really want to talk to you until you've produced some sort of results. They don't want to waste their time with somebody that's just going to talk, and then not take any action. So if you can't find somebody in person, find books written by them or audios or videos and absorb those. I would say in addition to your other audios that you're listening to every day, but learn from this person in any way that you can. And then once you start producing results, you start taking these actions consistently, then when you introduce yourself to them to talk to them, you're going to have a much better chance that they're going to want to talk to you. Everybody can talk big. Very, very few people follow through. So following through will get you a much better opportunity to connect with that person. And this one is huge. Listen to what they say and do it. I just talked about taking action. It can be so easy to have a mentor and listen to them and endlessly listen to what they're saying, or to say, I'm going to do this or that. But you have to take action. Don't argue with them. Don't say, well, that's not going to work. It worked for you because you're this. It won't work for me because I have an accent, or because I'm from another country, or because I'm short, I'm tall, I'm fat, I'm skinny, I'm whatever it is. Don't let those excuses get in your way. Listen to what they say, follow it, and take action. And then ignore other advice. If you're following somebody in marketing and somebody else says something that's a little bit different, if that person you're following is having results, stick with that person. Ignore the other advice. At least do this for 90 days. Then again, you can reevaluate and change your strategy. But just follow this one person, because you'll endlessly find people that have different opinions, and you'll end up so confused you won't know what to do, you won't take action, you won't get any results. This is the same with your personal life. And a lot of times when we have a dream or something big that we want to achieve, maybe it's a lot of weight we want to lose, or to start a business, you'll have people around you in your life that'll say, oh, that never works, that's a scam, it doesn't work, it's a gimmick, you'll never lose weight with that, whatever it is. And these people, if they're not where you want to be, you definitely need to ignore their advice. We all have that uncle that says, oh, these internet marketing businesses are all a scam, and meanwhile he's broke. So don't take their advice on something that they're not doing. If you have an uncle that's making $100,000 a month and he's telling you, hey, don't look at this business because it's a scam, maybe you should look at this one, that's a little bit different. But most of the time, it's somebody who is not successful that wants to give you advice. So just shut that out and ignore it. Now, for some that I did want to share with you is a lot of times I've talked to people that they have an issue finding people to get around that share this mindset. The people they work with, their family, aren't like this, and so they're looking for something somewhere that they can get that same type of connection and get around people that are going to motivate them and push them to succeed. So I want to share with you this community that I'm a part of like-minded people. All these people, from the CEO down to the peers, down to everyone that's involved, they all are working and they want to see you succeed. People are more than willing to jump in and help when you have a question or when you run into an issue. And it's just so cool to see how genuine. I mean, even the people at the top just want to see you succeed. They want to bend over backwards and help you succeed. They'll tell you almost anything you want to know. And this community also has a number of empowering audios. Like I talked about before, listening to the audios is very important, but sometimes it can be difficult to acquire a library of audios, or very, very expensive. Some of these courses you see going for $600, $700, even $2,000 to try to get your mindset right can be sometimes a struggle for people to come up with the money. So this community offers these empowering audios, and they really transform lives. I've seen a guy that was suicidal, that he was a military guy, and he came back and he was just depressed. He didn't know what to do. And this is a very sad story. But he just decided it was time to take his life. And he took a gun, he put it in his mouth, and he pulled the trigger. Fortunately, the gun jammed and it didn't go off. And immediately after it happened, he threw it down. He was just like, what am I thinking? How could I have done this? And he really started to evaluate his life. And he listened to one of these audios and realized what the problem was, that as he continued to focus on these negative things, he was bringing more of that into his life. So he decided to change his thoughts. He made a point of listening to the audios every day, as often as he could. And now he is a very, very successful online entrepreneur. He has a new girlfriend that loves and supports him. He, of course, loves her back. And he couldn't possibly dream of going back to the way that he used to be. And this is all from these audios that really changed his life. And I've heard similar stories from other people that have said, they were also feeling suicidal as well. And they needed to know that somebody cared about them and really wanted to see them succeed. And when they joined up with this community, they found that solution. So I want to invite you, you may not be at that point in your life. You may be very happy. But either way, filling your mind with this empowering force really can generate some results in your life. And then another thing is there's actionable education that's going to make your business thrive and grow. And it's not just about learning the newest tactic or technique that works today and won't work tomorrow, but really overarching strategies, as well as down to some of the minute details. But this training can help anybody in an online business grow their business very substantially. Teaches you all types of things about sales and marketing, about building a team, about creating a culture. And I just can't say enough good about it. I really enjoyed it. I've gotten so much out of it. And so I just want to share it with you. So if you go to this website, www.youempowerednow.com, you'll be able to see all the information about this and learn some more details and see if it's something that's right for you. Like I said, I've seen huge results. I've seen tons of people around me getting results. So I wanted to share it with you. But if not, take the rest of the stuff in this video and apply it. Go out there and make your dreams come true. The last thing this world needs is more average people. We need people that are going to focus on their growth mindset and grow themselves. This is how the world changes. Not by protesting, not by voting, not by any of those shenanigans. The way you do it is by changing your life so you can change other people's lives. So I hope this video helped you. If it did, please like and share. Don't forget to subscribe. And head over to that website. Check it out. So I'll put a link right below this video. You'll see it. And yeah, have an awesome day. Bye-bye.